Available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. One of my viewers wanted to know why many college-educated black men have such a hard time dating and marrying in the black community. And the answer to that question is one I'm eager to share with everyone because as a college-educated black man, I know how difficult it can be to be able to find someone to get involved with for a relationship, and the main reason why so many of us college-educated brothers have such a hard time finding someone to be involved in a relationship with is not just because the pool of black women we're dealing with is dysfunctional, but it also has to do with the dysfunctional perceptions we have about ourselves. Now, when it comes down to many black men who are going to college, many of us go to college and yes, we get an academic education. Unfortunately, we don't grow socially. And what happens with a lot of college-educated brothers is that we get stuck in a state of arrested development as related to ourselves socially, and we still are thinking like a teenager and thinking that dating and relationships are supposed to be the way it was in our teen years, when many of us square brothers were basically being ridiculed and mocked by the popular black girls in high school. However, when we go to college, we have to understand that this is not just an opportunity for us to get an academic education, but for us to grow socially as well. And with that opportunity to grow socially, we have to expand our whole perception of ourselves. And part of expanding that perception of yourself, I say you have to start with the Bible and start to understand your role as a man, because God created you as a man to be a leader, and He meant for you to be the head of your household. And in order for you to be that leader and that steward and head of your household, you have to take the lead in your life. And part of taking the lead in your life is to start changing that perception of yourself and stop seeing yourself as this awkward teenager that nobody would like. You have to stop seeing yourself as that awkward square guy who the girls in high school didn't like, and start seeing yourself as the man who basically has a lot to offer. You have to start changing your perception of self, and as you change your perception of self, basically what's going to happen is your energy is going to change, and as your energy starts to change, what happens is the pool of people you start gravitating around and people who start gravitating around you start to change as well. That's what happened to me when I went to college. Now, the college I went to was filled with a lot of black women who were single mothers, but I wasn't interested in those women because my perception of self was I wanted to move myself ahead, and as I wanted to move myself ahead, I was looking to go out here and look to improve my quality of life, and I wanted to be involved with people who were of a similar mind of looking to move themselves forward. So that's the pool of people you want to be around, and in order to be around those type of women who have those type of values and that type of character, what you have to do is change your perception of self and start seeing yourself as the leader as related to your life and set a direction for where you want to go. That's the whole problem with a lot of black men. A lot of black men, basically, again, they don't want to come out of their comfort zone as related to themselves. Yes, they'll get an academic education, but they won't look to grow socially. And what they look to do as they get their college educations is they look to go back to the same places with the same type of females that they got involved with in high school, looking to try to show them their value, not understanding what they're doing is presenting pearls before swine, because these women basically never appreciated you as a boy back then, and they're not going to appreciate you as a man. And what happens with many black men who come and get a college education is that they still are going to the same high school spots, looking at the same type of girls that they dealt with in high school, not understanding that you were already grown past this type of female even when you were in high school, and now it's time for you to start dealing with women on another level. And sadly, what happens is that many of these guys is that, yeah, they go to college, they get a college education, but they're still, again, stuck in this state of arrested development. And as they're stuck in this state of arrested development, they're still out here looking to the same dysfunctional pool of dysfunctional black women who basically have only interest in Pookie and Ray Ray and Skillet and Man Man, and trying to show them they can be a good man to them. But these women, again, it's like presenting pearls before swine. They don't appreciate or value you as a man, and the only thing a man can do in that case is stop going to those places to try to show those women something that they don't want at all. No, you can't offer someone something they don't want, because their whole perception and mindset is completely messed up. This is something that I learned not only as related to the dating pool, but also in the job market as well. Sometimes you can come to people and present them with a good background, like I tried to do I remember going to a CUNY hiring pool, and I was trying to present one of the people there with this background with volunteer work, and this person just dismissed everything I had to offer them because I wasn't working for a paycheck. And again, this person couldn't appreciate that, again, I'm coming to this job and I'm trying to show you what I have to offer, and that I'm showing that I have drive and initiative because I'm not working for a paycheck. No, this person couldn't appreciate it, and I also had to deal with that on a phone interview, where I was trying to get this job as a security guard just to put some money in my pocket, and this black woman decided to laugh at me because I didn't have a paid job since 2008, even though I had my own business. But the whole thing is I had to learn is that when you're dealing with small-minded people like this, you really don't want to be in a circle with them, because they basically are living inside of a box, and they can't come out of a box to see a bigger picture of life or see that there are better quality people that are coming to you. No, they basically live in a box, and you don't want to waste your time dealing with women who live in a box. No, you don't want to deal with women like this. And the problem with many black men is that they still keep going back to that box, and the women who are in that box, because one, this is what they know, and two, they go there because they believe dealing with these type of women are easy, and because they're looking to try to get easy sex through, again, just spending $40 at the red and white chicken place, they basically wind up wasting the greatest intangible, which is time. They wind up wasting the intangible of time trying to build a relationship with these type of females. But what happens is that they waste their best years on low-grade females who, again, don't appreciate anything you have to bring to the table, and basically still want to stay in the ghetto or stay in the local area that they're in. And you've grown past that local area, and you need to start going out of the area and move to another place. And this is where a lot of black men get it twisted as related to things. They think they have to go out here and get a passport and go overseas in order to get a foreign woman. And that's where they get it all twisted, because you don't have to go overseas to find quality women. No, if your perception of self is still completely messed up, and you're stuck in a state of arrested development, what's actually going to happen to many of those passport bros is what happened to Austin Holloman. Now, what happened to Austin Holloman? Yeah, he got a passport and he was able to go overseas. And from what he presented in his videos, is that he was dealing with the same pool of women in a different country because his perception of self had not changed. He had not taken the lead as related to his life. He had not set a course for where he wanted to go in life. And he went to the same places looking for the same type of ratchet hood rat women in Thailand, the same type of ratchet hood rat women in Brazil, and went to the same ratchet spots where hood rats go. Again, that's what happens to many educated brothers who go overseas. They think that they're making a change, but only thing you're changing is the place that you're going, but as related to nation, but the locations you're still going to are the same because your mindset and perception of self are still the same. And that's something many of the passport bros didn't get in August of 2019 when they went berserk when I tried to tell them that, you don't want to be going overseas looking for foreign women. No, the problem is the black man and his perception of self. His perception of self is the reason why he's having problems dating and marrying in his own community, because he basically doesn't look at the quality women inside of his own community. He doesn't see value in those women because some black men just don't see value in themselves because they don't understand their role as a man in God's order, and because they don't understand their value as a man in God's order, they are not in a place where they can take the lead in their lives and be the head of the household and be the head steward who takes the lead as related to the relationship. And because they're still chasing this girl from high school who basically rejected them, thinking, hey, I'll get this college degree, this will impress her. This is the covert contract that many black men in college have. I'll get this college degree, I'll get this corporate job, this will impress this woman. Well, I hate to break it to you, brother, you ain't impressing this chick at all, because she likes the pookie types, and she will go from the black pookie types in the hood to the white pookie types at the job, and that's just the type of guy that she likes. And you going out here and improving yourself is not going to improve your situation with her because she doesn't want to improve herself at all. But when you are looking to improve yourself as a man, as a college educated brother in the black community, again, you have to change the circles you travel in, and that's what I wound up doing ever since I got out of college. I started changing the circles I was in, wasn't dealing with no single moms like there were on my Monroe College campus back in 1994. Never even dealt with those women once on the campus at all, didn't bother with them because I already knew they were already sufficiently obligated with their baby daddy, one, and two, I already knew their perception of self was basically broken and damaged, and to try to make a relationship work with this woman would be completely foolish. It would be completely foolish of me to try to go out here and look to even talk to this female because she already got a baby daddy, and again, a college degree ain't going to improve that quality of life, and me getting involved with her wouldn't improve my quality of life. No, that would just lead to me getting involved in a lot of drama, involved with a lot of drama with a toxic female whose situation ain't going to improve. Yeah, she'll get one of these corporate jobs, but she'll just be a headache with a lot of drama. And again, you don't want drama because, again, when you're improving yourself as a man, when you're improving who you are, you want to be with a woman who wants to help you build things up and help you grow and improve as a man. And the problem is that many black men out here, they get scared to go outside of the social circles that they've known since a child. They get scared, one, because of racism and white supremacy and the fear of being attacked by white racists and other non-black racists. Two, they get scared because they're going to be castigated by the brothers for so-called acting white, and they think that if they go out here and act like a professional and present themselves as polished and articulate and intelligent like I am doing, what they're going to do is betray their racial identity. But you're not betraying your racial identity. You're just walking away from stereotypes because, again, you're growing as a black man. You're growing as a black man, and as you grow, you want to come out of the hood spots and start looking to go other places. I mean, this is one of the things that I have done in my life. Again, I don't go to the same spots because I know quality women don't go to the club. I know quality women don't go to the bars. No, quality women and women of good character are at the places like the Barnes & Noble bookstore, or they are at high-end supermarkets like Fairway or Whole Foods here. I'm not dealing with these women who are in these hood spots, because if I go to a hood spot, I'm gonna find a hood rat. But if I go to a location where people are about culture, like a bookstore or a museum, or I go to a place like a movie theater where they show high-end movies, I'm gonna be able to talk to quality women and be involved with women of good character who basically have something in common with me. This is another thing that many black men don't understand. Again, these chicks that you're trying to get at the bottom of the barrel or the low-hanging fruit, yeah, they're easy to get, but they, again, are going to give you a hard time because they have absolutely nothing in common with you. You have grown past this type of woman. You are, again, on another level. She can't appreciate what you have to offer. She can't appreciate what you're trying to show her. She can't appreciate what you're trying to teach her about life. She can't appreciate anything that you are presenting to her. No, but when it comes down to black men who will go to college, they're still trying to get Tanisha the hood rat to appreciate a better quality of life when she doesn't want a better quality of life, and she wants to stay in this place with Pookie. And the smart man who's out here basically says, hey, you can stay here with Pookie. I'm going to go on and be with the quality women. And again, quality women are not about, again, the physical location, but about your mental perception of self. It's all about your mental perception. And the problem with many black men is, again, they'll have a college degree, but their minds will still be in that place of arrested development. It'll still be in the hood or still at that novice stage of a simp. And as it stays there, again, they don't grow socially. And in order to find, again, quality black women, you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to come out of that mental box that I talk about in novels like Spellbound, because Matilda's character came out of the spellbound mindset, broke out of that whole frame of dysfunctional thinking. And again, you as a black man, again, need to see a darker shade of black. You have to come out of that if you want to find a woman who wants to follow behind you. And again, you don't have to go to other countries to find a quality woman. You have to fix your mindset, and you have to fix your frame of thinking about yourself. That's what you have to do in order to, again, be able to attract, again, this type of woman into your orbit. Again, your energy has to change. Your energy and your frame of thinking has to change because, again, like attracts like. And again, when it comes to many college-educated black men, they basically are still in a state where they don't like themselves. They don't like themselves, and they still see themselves like the awkward teenager they actually are, instead of getting the confidence to be the man they actually are. And the whole thing is, you have to change your whole frame of thinking about yourself if you want to find women, again, who are on your level. Again, like attracts life, and energy attracts energy. And if you have, again, this strong masculine energy and radiate positive energy, again, you're going to attract the quality women to you. They're going to come in your orbit. They come in your direction. the women who are about that life will see that, oh, here's a guy who has something in common with me, and they will let themselves be known. They will let themselves be known to you with verbal and nonverbal cues, and you just have to be able to pick up on those cues to be able to be aware of those kinds of women, and you have to pick up those cues. Again, the viewer themselves say that they're working on themselves as related to building up their muscles, but you have to also build up your mind and, again, work on your perception of self, because the brother wants to marry a black woman, and again, the whole thing is you have to find a woman with the same type of disciplined mindset, the same type of frame of thinking that you have. And again, with black men, we just sit there and we pass over the black women who do have that mind, because we buy into traumas we have with our mothers, traumas we have with girls in adolescence, traumas we have with girls who, again, are low grade and don't think, hey, there are women out here looking to improve themselves, and those women can be in our presence if we change our perception of self. We have to work on who we are if we want to be around good women. Again, I'll repeat it once more. Like attracts like energy, like attracts like energy, and people who have something in common spiritually and have a similar energy are going to be attracted to each other. And the whole thing is, if you're attracting, again, negative women, it's because you have a negative perception of yourself. And again, many black men with college degrees, that negative perception of self is the thing they don't work on. Yeah, they'll work on the academics of college, but they won't work on improving their perception of self. And if you don't work on improving that perception of self, you'll never find a pool of women who will appreciate you. You'll never find an employer who will appreciate you. You'll never find clients who will appreciate you. No, you have to fix you in order to change the people who are around you. And if you want to find a wife, if you want to find a woman who is worthy to be your wife, you have to understand you have to take the lead. And taking the lead in your life means that you are going to have to make sacrifices. It means you're going to have to let go of certain places, let go of certain people, and let go of certain frames of thinking. That's something I had to do in the early 90s when I graduated high school and I was going to college, and I'm still doing that right now. I mean, when it comes to personal growth, this is something black men, again, have a hard time with, because there's no father there to teach you about personal growth. There's no men in the community to teach about personal growth. But we have to grow out of this dysfunctional frame of thinking about going overseas to get with foreign women, because if we don't fix who we are, it doesn't matter where we go. No, you're going to attract the same type of dysfunctional females and stay in that state of arrested development if you don't go out here and understand that, again, what you're attracting is what you're presenting to the world. And again, those type of chicks at the bottom will never appreciate a top quality man. And the way you get to top quality women is to change your perception of self, change the places you want to go. All of that is going to change everything about you. Again, you have to, again, put the work in on yourself. And this is something college-educated black men have a hard time doing. They don't want to put the work in on themselves because it's too painful. It's really painful to, again, take that look at yourself, take that look at your life, take that look at the choices you're making. I mean, many of us would rather sit there and project that onto the black women who are out here and say that they're messed up. But we got to look at our mess and clean that mess up. And when we clean our mess up and start taking the lead on our own lives, we can set a direction and a course for ourselves where we can be in the presence of quality women who are interested in dating and marriage and looking to build a better quality of life with us and build a bigger and better black community. Now, this was a video requested by one of my viewers, and if you want to request a video, you can drop a donation for a minimum of $15 to the PayPal or the Cash App, and if I know something about that subject, I'll make that video for you. And if you want to learn more about becoming a man With a positive perception of self, you can break out of dysfunctional paradigms like the simp paradigm by picking up my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, and you can pick up the other Stop Simping books and break out of the simp paradigm at work with Stop Simping in the workplace, or you can pick up Stop Simping in cyberspace and learn how to manage your time online and have a better quality of life overall. And all three of those books are available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. They're also available at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Give in to temptation and pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and e-readers today. Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.